World Development Report 2014, Risk and Opportunity, Household and Community Contributions to Risk Management, with Kyla Wethley, lead author, World Development Report 2014.
A key observation when looking at how people around the world manage risk is that individuals can be very good at managing relatively small and idiosyncratic risks, but they really struggle when shocks become large, systemic, or sequential. And in those cases, they need to share their risk management with other groups, from households to the international community. In this video, I want to focus on two social systems that can help individuals in their risk management: households and communities. In evidence from across developing countries, we see that households often protect their family members from risk by providing shelter and care. We also see evidence of how they respond to negative shocks. For example, increasing the number of hours they work to keep overall family income unchanged when one member becomes sick or loses their job. Households may not be very good at protecting their members from risk, however, when there is discrimination in the household, such as physical abuse or stark inequalities within the household. So in the World Development Report 2014, we argue in favor of greater empowerment of women, not only as a normative end in itself, but also because we see that risk management outcomes are often much better when women are able to participate in decision making and when they have access to important opportunities such as education and access to labor markets. In evidence from household survey data, we see that a large majority of households report experiencing at least one significant shock per year. These can be idiosyncratic shocks that affect only one family member, such as illness or loss of income, or they can affect the family as a whole, such as drought or flooding. And in these cases, policies that help to improve risk management across households are needed, rather than those at improving risk management within the household. Insurance pools are a very important way of helping to improve risk management across household groups. And in the report, we argue in favor of increased health insurance, even universal health care, as an important means of helping families better deal with a shock they face very frequently. But these insurance pools may not always be adequate, particularly for the most vulnerable and exposed in societies. It may be necessary to supplement insurance, whether informal or formal, with targeted safety nets to help the most vulnerable. And you'll hear more about this in a future video. Turning to communities, you heard in an introductory video how communities can provide crucial support to their members, especially when government support is missing. In fact, in evidence from household surveys, we see that in a vast majority of developing countries, people tend to use informal credit and assistance, which is often provided at the community level, to a much greater extent than formal credit and assistance. Communities can support risk management of their members by providing protection against local risk, such as localized crime or localized flooding, or providing a form of informal insurance, protecting vulnerable households during bad times. However, communities struggle in their risk management when shocks are systemic, affecting all households in a community at the same time, when risks evolve over long-term horizons, or when communities themselves lack cohesion. You already saw from the Cohesive Communities cartoon how community risk management is impaired when communities are fractured along ethnic or political lines and therefore can't work well together to act on collective risks. Communities also need access to other communities, to markets, and to government services in order to manage risk well. Governments, and particularly local governments, have an important role to play in providing infrastructure, such as roads, in providing local services, such as healthcare, and in involving community members in decision-making at the local level. However, it's also a two-way relationship, and there's an important role for communities in challenging local governments to be better at their risk management.